If you're not South African but you want to come play here, you shouldn't. There's really only one thing you need to know, okay? South African math is this. We are allowed to fight with each other like siblings. It's our house. We can do what we want. Mind your own business. But if a non-South African wants to come for even one of us, we put our beef aside for just now, and we will rise like a tsunami. As a nation, we will deliver the most spectacular you have ever seen. The kind of which make you see colors and your food tastes different and you reconsider religion. Now, there are warning signs before this occurs. If you see this word, run. Log out of all of your socials. Go hide under your bed for a couple of weeks. This might as well have said, Avengers Assemble. Okay, I just thought you should know. Lakada!
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. I just wanted to give that warning. You know, before I even played this video that I wanted to play, let me play this video here. I don't know if this video is gonna get copyrighted, but I needed this to play. This warmed my heart. This is one thing that a lot of African countries will never experience, ever. That's the South African culture. That's the unity that South African brings. Doesn't matter what race you are. I feel like the South African school system is being under attack. And I feel like the future of South Africa is being under attack. What I don't understand is, for a country that people call Mumus and all these names that we are uneducated, why are they bothering the South African school system? What am I talking about? Let's watch this video.
How do you want to give rights to a person who is undocumented? Now, firstly, this is a deliberate, systematic strategy to further undermine the immigration laws of this country and, undermining the citizens of this country. Now, the parents of these children are undocumented. That's the same reason why they do not have proper documentations to be admitted at these schools. What is this bill saying? Is it saying that they're going to document these kids and make sure that they are documented whilst they are in this country? It's not fair for our kids because it means our own country is not prioritizing South Africans. I mean, we already have a crisis at schools where you have South African kids who cannot be admitted at schools because the schools are already flooded with foreign nationals. I mean, we don't hate these kids, but their parents are undocumented. They are criminals. That's how we call them, because if you're not documented and you are in this country, it means you do not respect the laws of this country, and then it makes you a criminal because you came here illegally, and now you want your child to be educated here in South Africa. Yes, we do understand that every child has a right to be educated, but they need to be educated in a proper manner and not just in here. We've seen how many ladies from Zimbabwe jump the border to just give birth here in South Africa so that their kids can be given South African citizens. It's not fair for us as South Africans, and it should not happen. We're going to make sure as Operation Dudula that we stop this Bila Act. If it's going to disadvantage our South African kids, then it's not going to work for us. And unfortunately, we're going to fight hard and make sure that our own South Africans are prioritized.
So when I saw this video like almost a month ago, and I was going to talk about it, but we Nigerians tend to pull our attention a lot. And it made me think how people were fighting against this. And I came across this video today which just cracked me up. That these people will speak about anything even if they don't understand. Watch this.
How do you want to give rights to a person who is undocumented?
when you talk about xenophobia in South Africa, this is exactly what we mean. And when you talk about some xenophobic black South Africans, this is the prime example. Now you are going after the children now. You are going after their education. You don't want them to go to school simply because their parents are undocumented. You don't want them to be educated because their parents are undocumented. So if it takes their parents like 10 years, to be documented, the children have to wait for 10 years to start school. Make it make sense.
So he asked for me to make it make sense. Listen to this night. First of all, before I even go anywhere, guys, how many South Africans are in Nigeria right now trying to get their kids into schools? So that the Nigerian feels like he has the right to have an opinion on the South African school system. But he asked me to make it make sense. So I enter into a country illegally. I'm illegal in that country. And then I have a child in that country while I'm in illegal. I'm a criminal, basically. And then as a criminal, I expose myself by taking my illegal child and register them at school while I'm illegal. So they should arrest me, the parents. Me, the parents, I should go to jail for being illegal. So now who's going to take care of that child if the parent goes to jail? So instead of even arresting these parents, they are not arresting them. They are telling them, legalize yourself before we allow you to register your child. So you want a person who's living in a country illegally, without any paperwork, have their child benefit the South African education system, which is free, which they're going to get free, no school fees. Everything will be covered for them because they're going to be going to a government school. Or even if they're not going to go to a government school and the father is going to pay for it, how is the father able to acquire money when he's illegal in the country? Therefore, he can't be employed. Where is he getting the money to pay the school fees? Make that make sense.
There's a reason why even in conflict, even in wars, they said no children and no female. Children are set aside. They are children, as you can see. They are children. You yourself, you call them children. And now you want to deny them of their very basic fundamental human right of education.
You see, he's crying about very basic fundamental human rights, but he's forgetting Nigerian imprisoned children.
Guys, is this what they have turned our judiciary into? Take a look at these children. These children were arraigned in the court today because of the End Bad Governance protests. Because they participated in the End Bad Governance protest and they were arrested for over 91 days. Look at how malnourished they are. Look at how hungry they are. What is happening in this country? Who arraigned children? Not because of criminal offense, because of a peaceful protest.
Where were their basic human rights? But you know basic human rights when it's South Africans. Suddenly you understand basic human rights. You see, the problem is the ignorance to not understand the effect that these things have on South Africa. Watch this.
Breaking news, South Africa is facing a shortage of 250,000 grade R placements and overcrowding with on average 33 pupils per teacher across the country. And even if you
250,000 grade R students have no school to go to. And they're overcrowding of 33 students per class. Does he know about this? Or was he just talking out of his ass because calling South Africans xenophobic gets their content trending?
your child gets into a school, look at the state of our schools. Tens of thousands no lab, tens of thousands no library, tens of thousands not even internet. Government is still failing to provide even the most basic services for a conducive learning environment. And all of these factors just make really unequal access to learning. There are just some kids who have it way worse. And today I'm particularly infuriated by the no internet thing, because internet is an endless knowledge resource that people can use no matter what their circumstances to get the information and the teaching that they need.
So even internet they do not have, and then they can't even give them proper toilets. You insult South Africa's education system, but yet when they do not want foreigners to benefit from the education system, all of a sudden you are defending the foreigners. Can you see the hypocrisy, guys? Can you see the hypocrisy of these people?
Let's continue to this now. The Patriotic Alliance is visiting a primary school in Pretoria where it says 60% of the learners are foreign nationals. For more on the story, let's bring in SABC News reporter Nhlanhla Kgatlana. Nhlanhla, thank you so much for your time. So talk to us about this particular visit. Why is a PA visiting the school, and what have you been able to establish?
Well, a very good day to you, Nat. Indeed, coming to you right here from Sourceville in Pretoria at Esitini Primary School, where the PA members, together with its deputy president, gathered here. From our arrival here, what we gathered is that the party is concerned about the number of learners that are here, saying that they heard from community members around here that, you know, there were a lot of foreign national children who attend this school, and they said that it's a public school. They said that, you know, one of the reasons why they came here is to ensure that, you know, the numbers are correct. But with me, I'm with the deputy president of the Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Kenny Kunene. Thank you so much for your time. You guys have come here. Just take us through the reason why you're here.
We heard from our leadership here in Tshwane that there were concerns from some of the community members, but we also saw on social media this matter being posted. One, the allegation was that 60% of the learners are Zimbabwean. Number two, that the SGP, the chair of the SGP, is a Zimbabwean. Number three, that the school has applied to the Department of Education to teach Shona here. Now, and on the first one, we met with the principal and some of the office colleagues. The principal, Mr. Ngabinde, said that the percentages are wrong. Only 20% are Zimbabwean. We will come and investigate further. Number two, he has confirmed that indeed the chair of the SGP is a Zimbabwean. Number three, he says he has not applied to the Department of Education for Shona to be taught here. But our information is that the chair of the SGP, who is a Zimbabwean, is the one orchestrating this thing with the department to teach Shona here. This is a public school. Shona is not in our curriculum. So we understand that the Department of Education is entertaining this nonsense. So we are here to demonstrate our anger and dissatisfaction at what they are trying to do to our communities. There's a young girl here who says she's not getting school to do grade 10. Equally, there are parents with young children who cannot be admitted to our schools because foreign nationals, children have been accepted in the schools.
So you see, this is some of the things that people won't tell you. That this is what the foreigners are doing. Teaching their languages, trying to change the culture of South Africa to fit their people so that they feel at home. You are trying to feel at home in somebody else's country. And then you've got that imbecile of a Nigerian who will then make a video like that without these facts. You have Ajims making videos without facts. And then when you bring facts like this, nobody's going to come here and say a word. Nobody's going to come here and say anything. You know why? Because this is what their countries are producing. I'm your boy, Uncle P. Watch the video at the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Africa, the education system has produced and exported Elon Musk. He's now the richest man in the world. The Indian education system has produced and exported executives of tech companies globally. Kenya has produced and exported housemaids to Saudi Arabia and Qatar.